Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 311 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gayle Saunders here with Dan Skippy, aka Hollis Thomas, and today we are talking the Eagles versus Steelers preview. But before we get to that, we got to give a hat tip to Howie because he's out here doing God's work. We talk about a moment in time in 2017 when we got some guy named Chris Long. This is a Chris Long type of trade, and I think fans across the nation are feeling this move. You could see your neighbors in the NFC East slightly annoyed. I'm getting texts from opposing fan bases, and when you start getting those kind of texts and emails and phone calls, you know how he's doing the right thing. So right off the bat, I mean, that's the big news before we get into the preview. How are you feeling about this Robert Quinn move, man?
You know, it's kind of funny. Before my boy Chris Long signed here, a lot of people don't know I played with Chris Long when he was in St. Louis. And before he signed here that summer, he called myself, him, and James Hall, one of the other teammates with the Rams. He called and asked me. I was like, dude, if you come here and win, they'll love you forever. And then when this happened, I was like, wow, this is deja vu, like a son of an onion. I didn't get the same call, but when they're pretty much from the same mold, and it's the exact same thing we needed. We just needed an extra pass rusher. We lost Barnett, but we needed an extra pass rusher because if we're going to be ahead in some of these games like we're going to be, I feel like that extra pass rusher will add the extra added oomph, especially if Jonathan Gannon keeps on pulling this bull crap. So I mean, I think and he's hungry too. So he had 18.5 last year. We're not looking for him to get 18.5. Looking for him if he gets 18.5, that's great. But it was one of the moves that I was waiting on. That was the next move I was waiting on. I was even waiting on that, or they have another safety that's out there that will solidify the three safety. That will make our secondary so. Oh God!
You talking about Jabril?
No, Chuck Clark.
Chuck Clark. Okay.
Yeah, he's a hitter. He's a hitter. You put him up around the line, and you could have your ball hawk and CJ back there wreaking havoc, and Marcus Epps is a smart one, but I don't know if that's going to happen. The trade deadline hasn't hit yet. Then if they get that call from Howie, look at the phone, see Howie Roseman. I'm not picking that up. Every time they pick up the phone, I get fleeced. Good things, yeah. Mazel.
Well, you talk about Robert Quinn. You talk about a guy who doesn't have to come here and be all that and then some. He's got guys that can catch double teams, but he's not going to be the one that's getting double teamed amongst this group. I think. I refer to this guy. Well, I was like, I refer to these guys as the Wu-Tang front because now you got different styles of pass rushers, and what style you want this week. Because we can flip it and give you this guy. I mean, he's an experienced pass rusher. At the end of the day, we're talking upgrades from Derek Barnett. This is a major upgrade, and then some.
From Derek Barnett, because he doesn't get the guy. So the one thing that I like about this pick is like he's not too long in the tooth whereas he's still not productive. And the one thing, the other part of this is him being in the rotation and being fresh all the time, being able to check out some of the stuff that the other guys are doing, and then not only that, maybe some of the guys in front that are rotating with him, tenderizing the offensive tackle so he can come in there and finish him.
I mean, you talk about finish, Hollis. That you talk about the second half. The Eagles sacks in the second half per game. In week 1, they had 1 sack in the second half. Week 2, we had 2. Week 3, we had 3. Week 4, we had 3. Week 5, they had 1. And last week, week 6, they had 0. So you think about a guy coming in who's going to give you consistent pressure off the edge. The one thing I do like, he comes in, he looks for that ball too. It's not just getting pressure and bending and getting flattening to get to the quarterback. He goes for the ball, which is nice.
Well, and then too, we're getting a guy that's been in the same system that we're supposed to be trying to run, because the head coach of the Bears is he's with the Colts, and with Jonathan Gannon was under him at one point. So you come with the same system with pretty much the same verbiage, the same words and stuff. So he doesn't have to learn that much. So it'll be interesting to see how they deploy him and see if he's up for this first week. I feel like we said that we loading the house up so we could go for it all.
Now shout out to Brad in the comments, says, y'all see Spears' reaction after the Quinn trade was released? Check it out. I retweeted on my timeline, but that speaks to what I was saying, like the texts and the calls we're getting from, real ones will know what Quinn brings to the table, and the guys who are talking about his stats, like, bro, come on, man. Yeah, I'm not worried about that in any means or fashion. But big shout out to Evan, who's working his butt off. My man's steady working out here these days. Shout out to Prime, who's with the kids.
He's with the kids.
Halloween season.
Weekend. Yeah.
And Mal
it was funny because Mal is a new dad. It's a rare occasion you're gonna see Mal.
Diaper season.
Yeah, the diaper changing season. I was looking at this trade, and then they were everybody was talking about this trade and talking about what Dallas could do. And they keep bringing Dallas up like Dallas just did something. I'm still dumbfounded that they keep bringing up these clowns and these overrated losers. I'm sorry. It's like what they can do is like
Johnson Hankins.
They went and got John Hankins so they could turn some guys loose on the edge. But all you have to do is John Hankins is just a bit pretty much a run stuffer, and the big yucky is going to get tired. I watched him play. He's lazy as hell. I'm sorry. It's like when I see a big lazy joker, I call him out. But I think he's going to lay on some blocks. He may make a play or two here, but it's not what they're thinking it is. It's like they need another offensive playmaker. Them letting Amari Cooper was the biggest mistake of their entire Cowboys organization to the date, because CD Lamb is not he's good, but he's not the guy. Gallup is coming off injury. It's still, and the other guy you let go of Cedric Wilson. He went down to Jacksonville. You let go of, it's like, who do you like? What you got the tight end, and he kind of sucks ass. I mean, him and Jason Witten were just on TV. Like that's what fuels me about the Cowboy thing. And the way Marcus Spears look, he knows that, like, once you get that extra pass rusher on the edge, it makes the job exponentially harder to keep up with. If our offense is doing if they continue to do what they've been doing, it's going to make it exponentially hard for you to not only stay in the game, but try to come back in the game, because you added an extra pass rusher for the good for an already pretty decent rotation.
Yeah. At the end of the day, man, I really feel like Howie Roseman has done a phenomenal job. Or a lot of people out there in the interwebs, they will not give Howie his credit. I think they're not gonna give him credit until he wins another one and can fleece more people. They feel like the first one. This is without Joe Douglas. That's why I'm giving him credit, because he's doing this without Joe Douglas. But you have to get some sustainability. This is the second time that we've been in this position, but you got to realize all the track record before this. It's like, so yes, he's doing. I'm giving him concessions because he's doing tremendous right now. I was like, but let him make some wrong picks, and then we're gonna be on his ass again, talking about get rid of him. But he's doing tremendous right now, and that's what people remember. All the other stuff, people remember the firemen. People remember the Carvers. People remember all of that shit. People remember the Jalen Ragers. People remember the J.J. Arcega-Whitesides. I'm sorry. People remember all that stuff. I was like, but right now we are on top of the world. So I'm loving them now. But it's still in the back of my mind. But he did turn around and then fleece some other people and make them think what he was thinking. Well, you made mention of Jalen Rager, who we got a
Mhm.
conditional fourth for,
Right.
and we're using a fourth round pick on Robert Quinn. And then on top of
Mhm.
that, the cherry on top of that is that the Bears are picking up the rest of that. So they're like, if you pay me, pay for that, okay, and
Mhm.
then we're gonna take him for a fourth and be on our merry way. So at the end of the day, shout out to Kevin who says Howie, executive of the decade. I do think he's out there really.
I'm
I
gonna
think
say
he's I think
of
he's
the year.
flexing right now. He's
He's
flexing right now.
he is flexing right now. I give him executive of the year. I was like, he's been making trades and pulling these trades pretty much. Like I was like, man, you just like the last 3 or 4 years he's been handling business, and it's just like, but from the Carson fiasco to the Sammy Sleeves fiasco. Now Kamara's not coming here. Kamara's still got problems and issues. But it's been a bunch of fiascos that you felt like we couldn't get up from up under, and he's gotten us from up under, and then we like $39 million under the cap that's coming off season too. It's like I'm praising him. I was like, but it's like he still got a lot. If this continues, then actually, since the other person said executive of the decade, since it's a new decade, it's only 2 years into the new decade. Yes,
Okay, we'll get to that.
we'll
The
give
other
him that.
thing, well, the other thing is, there's a lot of talk out there. Daniel, shout out to Daniel,
Mhm.
bringing up Kamara. Like this is something that's been talked about. Like, I like when people will bring things to my attention. They're like, "Well, what have you heard?" Then I'll go ahead and ask around. If I hear something from
Have
somebody,
you heard anything?
well, I mean, I've heard some things. I've
What
heard
have
like
you heard? Let me know what you heard. Let me in there. I'm putting on my American glasses now.
how people like
It's
people do stuff
better.
for people do stuff for clicks. I'm not about the
They do.
clicks. You
Okay.
know what I
You're
mean?
not about the clicks, but what you hear from viable sources? What have you heard from viable sources?
That they
Because
that they
when I
really
hear stuff from viable sources, I'll let you guys know. That's the only time. Only time when I say something and I say something behind closed doors, or I let you guys know stuff, it's because I either seen it with my own eyes or it's been told to me by viable sources. I.e., I'm over the complex and I get word from over there.
well, I mean,
Now,
I heard about the Quinn thing, and I was like, all right, before the Quinn thing happened, and then the Kamar thing is, he could he be facing a suspension if
well,
anything?
yeah,
But
but see, that's the catching point. That's why I said it's like it'll be cool if that happened. That would be tremendous and dynamic. But he's facing suspension.
so we'll see at where that stands. Like again, like they did offer a
Yep, that's
third or
I
fourth
agree
round
with
for McCaffrey.
I agree with what Deshae says.
So to just say in the comments says, I don't want Kamara. Keep what we got and let's play ball, man. Like a couple of weeks ago, when people were talking about the trades, I said my priority was defensive end. Go get
Right,
the edge rusher,
right.
and that's what we got. So I'm ecstatic on that point.
Yeah, and that you
Again,
know what, and also with what Deshae just said, we got a kid who's trying to get a contract. He's going to blow the doors. He's going to blow the doors off of every offense coming up. He wants to get paid. It's like and in order for you to get paid, you have to show them that you're durable one, and that you're the guy. So it's like we got a guy who's looking to do it. I mean, ride it out, see what happens. Go Birds. Exactly, Jay Cross. Go Birds.
yeah, go Birds.
As I continue to drink my awesome sauce here.
I mean, speaking of, before we get into it, we are going to get to this
The
Eagles
Steelers are
preview.
yeah.
You had a bye week.
Yep.
You went to Scotland.
What up, Ian?
So how are you recovering from your trip? I mean, how was
Well,
Scotland? How did they treat the tank in Scotland?
well, I posted some pictures as well. They treated me tremendously. Ian and all the people from over there. My boy Reese. Who else? It's a bunch of people. I'm kind of forgetting some names, but we were kicking it most of the time. I was with Ian. He was taking me around and doing some things. We had the 82 Press podcast, and they had the. I was at the what is it? Commute. It was commute number 9. It's a commute number 9 a tavern called Number 9. I know it's the NO period 9, and and then also the Golf Tavern, which was awesome, and they had some Eagles fans over there. I did encounter one Dallas fan and a Giants fan who had a comb over, which I really wasn't impressed that he was paying. But it was I was laughing because the one Dallas fan I encountered, he knows some people. Some of his people were from Texas, from Plano, Texas. I couldn't fault him because he went all the way back to Randy White, and he had a Randy White jersey on. And so he's like, the very first game he saw was with Roger Staubach. So I couldn't fault him for being all the way over there. But yes, I told him Dallas sucks ass. We pretty much just sat and talked about football, and they're trying to get NFL Scotland is what it's called. They're trying to get a game in Scotland. I had some tender Scotch whiskey.
Tender? How does Scotch be tender?
Well, they took me to one of the oldest distilleries since 1797. I think it started. CLYDE, Clyde, something like that. It's Glasses or something like that. But I posted the pictures of it. They showed me how they made whiskey, where they got the water from, and how it ran through their veins. Oh, I did learn about. I told a couple of people this story about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's based off a guy named Deacon Heater, who was not. The story is based off of his double life. he had a wife and 2 mistresses and 10 kids, and he was a counselor. Which a council, which means he was part of the local government, and he was also a master cabinet maker and locksmith. Now you say how he had an inheritance, and I know you want the part about the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He had an inheritance, and he actually blew through his inheritance because of his womanizing and trying to be a family man during the day. So what he started doing was, as he was making the wealthy people's cabinets and safes, he was making the extra key out of the Play-Doh, and then he would wait till they put all their prized possessions in there, and then go in and steal all the prized possessions, and then hawk them for untold riches. Now he got greedy. He went and him and his band of misfits went and robbed one of the courts, one of the court safes, and the court was like, Who built this cabinet and this safe? So then he fled to Amsterdam, but he was lovesick and was sending notes back to his mistress, his 2 mistresses, and his wife. And they found out that he was going to make a surprise, a special secret visit for a secret conjugal visit because he missed their love. And when he came, they nabbed him. And the ironic part of the whole Deacon Heater thing is they killed him in front of the building in which he built. One of the buildings in which he built. That's what Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was from. Also, the queens used to only take 1 bath a year in wine. That was one of the nastier portions of the trip of Scotland.
So we're getting a thorough, detailed information from Scotland, straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh yeah, I was cracked because I was listening close and I was cracking up because I posted one picture, but you have to look at the picture. It says barbershop, but it's got a picture of Drake. I was like, I know damn well Drake ain't been over to get his haircut. You have to look at when you go to my page, my Instagram page, and that's KEWLMF, and go to one of the pictures. It's got a picture. I just pulled in a close up of it says barbershop, but it's got next to it. You know how they have them pictures of how you want your hair done? It's Drake. It's Drake on one of the pictures.
Drake?
Yeah, the rapper Drake. That's the funny part. You know, the kid who used to work at Nickelodeon in a wheelchair.
Yeah, Jimmy wheelchair. I got a good Drake story. If you see me in person, I'll tell you. But getting back to
let's get back to some football.
So Dustin had a question here. Almost forgot. Okay. It says, do we think Howie has another trade in him? If so, who in your opinion, if you have one guy? Get rid of big pudding. Get rid of big pudding for a draft pick.
That's all I see right now.
See, that's
It's like because right now it's like teams are going to be looking for offensive line help in general, and so some teams going to need big pudding, and I feel like the next one to go either that or bringing in somebody a thumper at the running back position. Because I feel like we got a nice core of people, but we don't have the guy just like behind Miles that just like bow out of here.
Yeah. Kareem Hunt is a guy that's been talked about recently.
Yeah, but Kareem Hunt is like he's still trying to get paid too, but so that would be a quality pickup, and I think he's still got something to prove. Because that's a good one, but they're not trying to trade him because they're trying to be assholes, and they're gonna just get stuck with him. They're going to get stuck. They're not, when I say stuck with him, they're going to get stuck, and then he's going to just leave via free agency, and they're not going to get anything for him because they're trying to be jerks about it because he has to be traded.
I mean, they said that Dillard is getting some buzz out there. Some people are like, "What would you give up? What would you try to get? Second round pick would be nice.
That would be nice,
but that's the second round pick. That's the high that you could get for him.
Yeah, you sure you can get that for him?
I'm saying when they put that out there in the news, obviously he'll throw that story out there. Oh, second round would be nice. So
yeah, it would be nice. But are you gonna pick up his 5th year option?
Yo, get me a player. But the other trade that I keep hearing is the interest is with the Jabril Peppers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. That's what I heard today. And if you look at Kemsky had brought that up in one of his recent articles last week. Jabril Peppers that they have 7 safeties over with the Patriots. Also can return punts.
Oh yeah, Jabril. Because they brought back Greg Ward.
Which is true. Another guy
which they shouldn't have let him go in the first place. That's why I say when we keep guys like Andre Dillard and guys like Jalen Reagor, who really didn't make the team, but we only keep them because they're first round picks. You miss out on talent, or you mess over other guys.
Now, shout out to Mr. Walker over, Mr. Sergeant Walker. Says how he has the top less need because he literally said F them picks. This is an interesting mode because you're at a point in time where this whole all in idea. I feel like he's looking at the NFC. He's like, yo, we could take this thing. And I feel like Robert Quinn was that was a nice, simple trade. But this second trade that if it does happen, that would be a pretty interesting. Hey, bro, we're here. Why not go for it?
What would you trade to get? I mean, we loaded that receiver. We loaded that tight end. We got
rotational safety.
Rotational safety. But then you have to think about it like this. You got to get somebody who kind of knows what you do, who's smart. And I still feel like the kid Chuck Clark would be just what we needed, or like you said, Jabril Peppers, or somebody who you know around that's from around the league that's still good. He is fleece master. I fleece him.
Well, I mean, moving right into the main topic of tonight. These are our main topics because we didn't get to talk about the Robert Quinn trade, but a lot news is flying today. But looking forward to this Steelers Eagles game. I feel like it's this Steelers team. You can even you talk to their fans, and they are going through it. They're going through it. They're coming from a Ben Roethlisberger has been in place for a long period of time. They're going through growing pains, kind of similar to what the Patriots are going to as they're trying to find that next.
Man, the Patriots going. You know what the Patriots are going through? You know what the Patriots are going through? They're going through withdrawals and all their cheating stuff being taken away. They're going away from not being able to dictate what you do, what happens with your defense in the second half. They're going away from the deflate gate. Get the hell out of here.
So you're saying Karma Police is hit?
Yeah, Karma Police is hit. We showing your true ability not to coach when you don't have the cheating stuff with you. That's all that's happening now. That's all. You're getting exposed totally. If you can't cheat, then you can't compete.
Oh man, I'm trying to go through all these. My bad
Oh,
if I
okay.
don't get to your comments there.
Oh,
I
no,
feel
it's
bad because
cool.
I'm seeing some of these old comments.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, trying to keep up, man. Trying
Yeah.
to keep
Somebody,
up, man.
you don't think the Eagles are done? I don't think they're done. I don't think they're totally done. I think it's right up to the deadline. What's up, Ed? What's up, Ed? Heat. The you know what? It's like and then you were talking about the Steelers and the quarterback controversy. I
Mhm.
knew the Kevin Pickett. When coming out of college, I knew he sucked ass. I'm sorry. His hands is too small. Then he's wearing gloves.
Oh, you.
What?
No. The funny thing is, I bumped into him down there, and shout out to
Tiny
Chris.
hands.
Chris Malley bumped into
Mm-hmm.
him, and he talked about being what it was like as being an Eagles fan.
Mm-hmm.
He's a diehard Eagles fan, and the fact that he was invited by the Eagles to come watch a game last year.
Right.
Him and his father, but
He
I just
declined.
think Kenny. I think no, he came.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think they should have went
Kenny
with the other kid, the kid that's in Tennessee.
Malik.
Yep. And I think they made a giant mistake because I think they were trying to amend the mistake of not drafting Dan Marino. Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's not working. And he's not damn. You saw him. He's thrown 7 picks.
Well,
And
I think
he
about
hasn't played that much.
the thing about Kenny Pickett is like
He sucks. I'm
where
sorry.
where they need him to be, at least win is in an intermediate game. He's struggled. Um,
And that
some of
means
his players are actually saying it out in person
that
about
he
how
sucks.
that they're not taking shots down the field
Because
like
he
they should
sucks.
take shots. But also Steelers fans will talk about their offensive coordinator. They feel like they need a new one.
They need a
So
whole offensive line. The offensive line is giving up the rhythm. Well, but you know what? I can't even blame the offensive line because when you have a guy who yeah, go Phillies, yes, Jimmy. Uh, we have a quarterback who holds the ball. Even the other kid, Mitchell Trubisky, behind him, I think Mitchell Trubisky has done a lot better because he doesn't have the turnovers that the young kid has. The young kid is making mistakes. If you're gonna go with him, you can't really go back to Mitchell Trubisky because it's like the hell I want to help you for. I want to get the hell out of here. But and plus Mitchell Trubisky is still young, and you brought him here. I don't know if he thought he was going to be a stopgap. I thought he was going to have a chance to truly go with the team, but I don't. They haven't truly given that chance because you drafted a kid in the first round whose hands are smaller than most third graders, and he can't hold on to the ball. And then I don't like his attitude because you see what he did when he got tackled in the Buffalo game. I got up and he kicked at somebody. I'm like, dude, this ain't high school. What the hell are you doing? He got mad, and he should have got fined because they was getting chippy. He's like, get your ass kicked. Stop it. Go back to the huddle.
We'll talk about getting their asses kicked. This offensive line for the Steelers, they have been getting their ass kicked. It's one of the worst in the NFL. We talk about pigeons on the show, and
Right.
you normally pick out a lot of pigeons, but when you look across the board, their left tackle Dan Moore.
Yep.
Left guard Kevin Dotson, the
Yep.
center Mason Cole,
Yes.
James Daniel at
Yeah.
right guard, and
James Daniel is a turnstile. He used to play for Chicago.
Chicago
He is
Bears.
god
Yeah,
awful.
yeah. And normally an Iowa lineman is
They're pretty decent normally.
They're pretty, they're coached
They're
pretty well.
solid,
So
yeah. And it's like and normally LSU interior offensive linemen do tremendous, but for some odd reason these guys haven't built any continuity together. I don't know whether it's because it's like, and I think that I think that onus falls upon the offensive coordinator because when you have a young offensive line, if they build some cohesiveness together as far as it's going to be on the run. If you run the ball and give them some confidence, then you can start throwing the ball. He's dude. It was like if you look at the play calling at some of the games, you're scratching your head and wonder. I'd be wondering if somebody playing Tecmo Bowl or something, and they call the play, and they're in your huddle, and they hit the same buttons you hit, so now they're blitzing your play. It stinks sometimes, and I hope it continues this week at least.
Yeah.
Because we should throttle their whole offensive line right now are the pigeons, and the real pigeon is whoever they put at quarterback because and the offensive coordinator. Now we can talk about that all day long, but they're still not getting it done defensively. Defensively, I think they're on the field too long, and it's because sometimes you don't think one person stops the show, but since TJ Watt's been down, they've been stinking up the joint, and they're 28th or 30th ranked in pretty much every category. And this is one of those games to where, and I was talking to somebody the other day about when you're playing against a team that you're supposed to throttle, you take their hope out early. You dash any forms of hope or sunshine that they need. You let them know early and often that this is going to be a long day for you. We're about to kick your ass, and that's it. Because if you let them hang around and hang around and hang around, in the end, you're going to end up being in the fight that you didn't want to be in. So this is another one of those games to where I feel the Birds need to come out and kick their ass early and often. They're not going to give up, but you have to force them to give up. So because they got their ass handed to them, what they won last week. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So,
but they also lost to the Dolphins. So
Dolphins and Buffalo. They lost to Buffalo bad.
Yeah, the one thing about their offense, I mean, just talking about some of their positives. I mean, George Pickens is a wide receiver out of Georgia, a guy who was coming back from injury, slipped in the draft a little. He's shown to be he's been that dude for them early in camp, and then he's still growing as a player. Deontay Johnson, dealt with some drops, but he's a solid option.
What about Stevie Johnson?
Huh?
What about it's another Johnson, ain't it?
Oh, Deontay Johnson.
What number is that? He's number 18?
Yep, number 18.
Okay, yeah, that's him.
And then Chase Claypool, who's been
he was. I heard he was on the trading block though.
Yeah, he's been a mental.
Mm-hmm. A bit of a mental case.
He's just been, you know what I mean? Like the fact that he's on the trading block should tell you everything you know. He's a guy that has bin a mismatch.
He killed us last time we played him.
Yeah, but I feel like mentally, I think they probably want to get more out of him. And the Steelers are phenomenal at picking wide receivers. So
yeah, but if you want to get more out of him mentally, don't you have to get somebody to throw him the ball?
This is true.
You have to get somebody throwing the ball.
So I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna be very honest. Like I normally I feel like they're gonna throttle the Steelers. I think I'm not even. I don't think because again I always go back to the trenches and how we match up against the Steelers. It's how are they going to contain that? That defensive front.
Hargraves is he's going to be He's going to be He's going to be amped and ready.
And then at the same time, talk about some of their players that are not in the mix. TJ Watt, a guy who's been phenomenal for them, is out.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Since he went down, here's their defensive rankings right now. Is they're 18th versus the run, they're 28th versus the pass, 29th overall. It said Pickett is good. You're sleeping. No, I'm not sleeping. I watched him in college. He sucks ass. He's got 7 picks already. Go look at it. And it ain't nobody's fault but his. You can say what he needs. He's got a good receiving core and a decent offensive line. He's standing back there and stinking up the joint. You can only it's so many times that you could blame the team around the person. This isn't one of them. It's like if the quarterback has touched the ball every time, he has the power to throw picks and not throw picks. The hell out of here. Tell me you're sleeping. How the hell am I sleeping? He's throwing 7 picks. He played 7 games, hasn't he? Has he played 7 games?
My man's trying to tell. Like again, rookies are gonna rookie, but behind this offensive line, he's gonna rookie even more. So.
But it's not even the offensive line fault. A lot of times he's just holding the damn ball. That's what I said. I've been watching him the whole season, and it's like he stinks. They let James Conner walk, Juju Smith-Schuster walk. They are tanking this year. We need to get Healy off the chief. He fits here. Yeah, you know. But
Yeah,
I don't. You know, the quarterback. I still don't trust Kevin Pickett. To me, he's never done anything. I'm sorry. He's never done anything in the NFL. He ain't coming here and done nothing but throw picks. You know, I was like, that's why I wouldn't have drafted. I would have drafted the other kid before I drafted him because only because of the decision making ability. And when you're running the offense they're running, he's a better threat to run. So
now Kenny Pickett does use his legs. He can.
Yeah, right.
He's not Kyler Murray, but
What's
as of
Malik?
late,
Malik is not Malik either.
he's not Malik. But he does have some mobility.
Are you scared of his mobility?
Oh no, I'm not. Like I said,
there you go.
I feel like I don't want to be that guy. Like I just don't feel like they match up well. And from speaking,
I know they don't match up well, but I don't think that he's a quarterback for the Steelers. I'm sorry. When they made that pick, I thought it was a stinky pick.
Mm-hmm.
only because he was right. Okay, yes, he was right there in Pittsburgh playing in that same stadium, but he really didn't do nothing to wow me to make me say, okay, let's draft him. He came in with tiny hands, and you can't have tiny hands in a cold place up there. Even though he played up there, yeah, some of the games were away, and he had on gloves. Now, the gloves ain't gonna fit the NFL ball. Watch you see what I tell you. Watch you see. Just wait.
You know, I really feel like I think our offense, is they're gonna have a tough time. Like the amount of, I think really when it comes with the Steelers, their offense really hurts their defense because they're gonna be out there for long amounts of time, and I feel like we're just gonna capitalize. Do you remember that thrashing that the last time the Steelers? It's probably 2016.
Yeah,
that thumping that they gave
bludgeon. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be one of those.
Well, I know because the one thing it is like their defense is decent, but their defense is like you said. If you leave a defense on the field for those long amounts of time, these like you can make plays.
Cisco's talking smack here. He says, "Let him progress."
Let him progress to what? I can't take you serious, Cisco. When you talk about let him progress, what about the rest of the motherfucking team? Progress on that, motherfucker. The fuck out of here. That should be killing me. Let him progress. Are we not in the business of winning? We play to win. What about the rest of the motherfucking team? Everybody always talks about the quarterback. You need to have your motherfucking ass ready. You get paid the most. The fuck out of here with that shit. Let them progress. Progress your ass to the sideline. That should be killing me. It's like they always tell some. Well, he needs this. He needs that. He needs to learn. Learn on the fly. Learning is not throwing 7 picks. That's not learning. That's not. You're supposed to protect the ball. You don't have to be extra careful. But the throws that you made in college are not going to work in the pros. You learn that crap in practice. Don't come to me talking about he do suck. If you throw 7 picks already in 6 games, he sucks. I'm sorry. I was like, you turn over the ball. It's a team sport. It's not a one-guy sport. Yes, it's his rookie year, and he sucked his rookie year. But he didn't. He's not Peyton Manning. We don't have time to wait on Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning had a bunch of other rookies with him. I was like, you already have a guy. Or Trubisky is not worse. Trubisky only has 2 picks. And Trubisky's not going to turn over the ball.
Well, my thing is, I'm just like when you play behind a line like this, there's no time.
Keeps saying that. You know what? But you know what?
Like he said,
go ahead.
There's when you play behind a line like this, there's no time for his progression because it's going to even be worse. You know, if he had a nice little offensive line in front of him, you
know how you get an offensive line in front of him? You run the ball, and if you go back and watch a lot of the pass plays, And yeah, and I remember that too, John. It is a trap game. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, but a lot of people start to blame the offensive line. The offensive line is not throwing the fucking interception. The offensive line, they give him enough time to throw. It's like if you can't make a good read and throw the ball, you got the best receiving core.
Now,
Yeah,
Robert in the comments.
saying.
Robert in the comments says, "I think he's the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's going to be a while. You know, it's not
But
going to be this weekend."
and he's right. That's why you play Mitchell Trubisky right now, putting him in there, making him look as stupid as he's looking, and making him. Everybody thinks he's a punk right now because of the shit that he's been pulling. With like when he gets tackled, that's like, and he's trying to fake run out of bounds and run back in bounds. Motherfuckers remember that shit. It's like, get the hell out of here. I was like, you suck right now. You're a rookie, so you do suck. I don't know about making progression, and everybody's going to make those same things that you just said. Talk about the offensive line. Go watch the film. They load up and stop the run because they want him to throw the ball because he can't make quality decisions, and he throws them the ball.
Now, Trey in the comments says, "Respect all, fear none. Tomlin and Najee Harris are the guys to watch." Now they talk about the
He's correct. No,
now they talk about the Eagles struggling a little against the run. But again, as I go back to the offensive line, I don't think this offensive line is going to, match up well to actually run the ball effectively.
That's the thing. G, we gotta. The one thing we have to do, we have to stop them from running. If you look at every game that I've looked at, the Steelers playing, they make the quarterback try to beat them, and they disguise coverages. They don't have. It's like, and the guy's right. Mitchell Trubisky does suck ass, but he hasn't gotten out there. He's been out there longer than the other guy, and the other guy progressed to bigger hands. And the other guy's thrown 7 picks. You can't. It's just like it's what you're saying. The defense is gearing up to make the guy pass the ball and beat them, but the guys that they have passing don't have the wherewithal to throw the ball and get it in the proper position. So it's like that O-line. Yeah, Highsmith had 6.5 sacks, but no versus our O-line. That's interesting. Well, still they do have 9 picks. It hurt. It is. The thing is, Hurts don't throw a lot of those. Yeah, they do that. The Steelers do have 9 picks. 7 of them thrown by Kevin Pickett, 2 by Mitchell Trubisky.
Why you call it's Kenny? Put some respect on man's name at least.
Yeah, I remember his fucking name when he makes some fucking plays. That's how you remember his name. That's kind of like when they was giving RG3 a name and they shouldn't have he said,
Ivan said Hollis is giving me some Samuel L. Jackson vibes.
Damn, give you some. Go ahead.
Funny thing is, Samuel L. Jackson came to my job yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Him and Spike Lee talking about their old days. Yeah, man. I was like kid in a candy store over here, but I wanted to ask him if he's sick of those snakes on them those planes, but
time those motherfucking snakes on. I'm tired of these motherfucking snakes. No, but nah, it's like the one thing that I will say about that offensive line, I do think they're pigeons, but we have to force them into being pigeons. I think one of our viewers and listeners was saying that this is one of those trap games, and that's what I personally think it's one of those trap games because when you look at most of the tapes from this year, hold on, this is when I say it's a trap game. This is how I think it's a trap game. When you look at most of the tapes from this year, they're getting their ass kicked. But if you look at the two, it's been about 3 or 4. They've been getting their ass kicked for like most of the season. But it's 3 games where you look at it, and you have to look at those 3 games where they're fighting, and those are the games that we need to concentrate on where they're fighting and they're getting some wins. And yeah, he's a bum. They drafted a bum. They've drafted bums before, but he's a bum. I was reading the bottom line, but this is one of those trap games though that we can't come in here with our chest too pumped up, too swelled up, because of the stats and some of the games that we've seen. We have to come out here like they're gonna come out here like they came out against Tampa Bay or the other team that they beat, and they're gonna come out here like this and be aggressive and handle business. So It's one of those trap games because a team may suck. Even the quarterback that you don't tell him, I don't think he's a bum. Yeah, he's a bum.
Yeah, I keep hearing the trap game. I just don't feel it, man. I feel like this team coming off a bye, they're getting healthy at the right time, and they just added Robert Quinn. I'm like, there's just no way, dog.
Well, no, but see, it's no way you want to feel that way, but the ebb and flow of a game and just life in general makes it, and you want to put the team on notice, and it's just like,
and they're at home. They're at home.
Yeah, they're
man.
home. Yeah, unless they come out with a black uniform or something, then
like I'm trying to it's usually it's always any given
any
Sunday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I really feel like, man, these
and
guys
you know
are
what?
locked in,
As I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, even though it's a trap game, we have so many playmakers, and we have so many playmakers that somebody's going to be on. All of them are not going to be down, and that's the one thing that I love about this squad. Like our playmakers on offense, it's like you got a awesome receiving core and a nice running back core and a tremendous offensive line. Now the skill position, somebody's always going to be on or have a pigeon or have a mismatch, and you just got to go with that person. I think we had the ability to do that each and every time. And the Steelers defense, yes, and they've thrown 9 picks too, Bob.
I mean, a big shout out to Minka and Sutton. I love Minka Fitzpatrick. I think he's a versatile piece for them. Yeah. But again, like when it comes to up front, losing TJ Watt has been, it's been tough for them.
Yeah, because I think they got 12 or 14 sacks or something this year. I think they got 15 sacks. They got 15 sacks.
Now, John in the comments says we have to fix our usual stalling of our third quarter offense. I do think this is the game that they get this. I believe this is the get right game in the second half. Yeah. I feel like by the second half, I think they're going to be in a position. I think the third quarter to put them out.
Yeah, and John is right too. It's been a couple of games where I felt like we've gotten field goals instead of touchdowns. Lane is good to go as well. That we've gotten field goals instead of touchdowns. The touchdown was just knock their teeth out. Yeah, Mark is correct. This isn't the usual Steelers, but it's like it's just one of the games that when you look at it on paper, we should blow them out. I was like, but this is that's why you play the game on Sundays, because anything can happen on Sundays. You never know what can go down. But I feel like the Eagles are going to crush them. But I don't want them to make it. I want it to be an easy crush, not one of the ones where you have to, they keep coming up for air, kind of like in what's the Fatal Attraction, when she wasn't dead yet. She came back again. Like, damn.
Yeah, that movie was scary.
Yes, it was.
That was a scary movie.
Yeah.
Now Jay says Claypool took us to the cleaners last game. We played them.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
He had 3 touchdowns. Right?
Hey man, that was a different day.
That was a different quarterback though, Jay. That wasn't Jay the one who talking about the Kenny Pickett and trash.
No, that was Daz. That was Daz.
Okay, Daz sick. Okay. I'm just making sure. I just want to keep this straight because I want when we come back and you see that Kenny Pickett is trash.
I'm going through the comments here. Elena says we have yet to play all 4 quarters on both sides of the ball. Do you believe that this is the game that the Eagles do play 4th quarters?
Not only both sides of the ball, but special teams is yet to put us in position to score. Right. I've been waiting on that all damn season. We need to play on both sides of the ball for 4 quarters, but mainly we need to in the third quarter. And we've been having teams on the ready to quit button, ready to hit the start over button, hit the quit button, and listen for the bus to start up or turn on the showers early. But we kick a field goal and keep them in the game, and then we turn around and we give up a long drive and give up a touchdown, and then they come close, but then we get the touchdown in the end to finally put it away. I say, how come we can't put them away in the third quarter, and in the fourth quarter we just run the ball down their throat and they don't know which way to turn? I like to see a game like that.
Now, Heath is bringing the kind of, I'm not gonna say venom, but the juice that I like to hear.
Okay.
He says, "We aren't the Packers who got beat by the Jets. We are the 6-0 Eagles. The only thing that's a trap is doubting your own team."
That is a trap. Heath, that is true, Heath. I apologize to everybody. I'm not doubting my team. You know what? I need to take a page out of my own book and be like I'm all the way in. We're gonna kick their ass. Sorry, Heath. Thanks for bringing me back. We're gonna kick their ass. I mean, it's like one of those things where
Hey, Hollis, we need some believers.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need some believers. Santa Slay is not gonna move if we don't all believe. I wasn't singing. I was lip syncing. Now I'm singing loud and clear now. Thanks, Heath. Thanks for bringing me back. Because I got off on a tangent because I was doing my breakdown earlier and looking at all the stuff, and then just remembering. It's just, when you go back in your mind and you remember when you played, this was a trap game to us when we were undefeated in 2004. But I'm all the way in. We're gonna kick their ass. We're gonna kick their ass. I mean, like it's like it's that the team has proved that, and I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking that as I was doing my breakdown. I was like, but the team has proved time in and time out that they're an ass kicking machine. All you have to do is hit the on switch.
Like I literally today went and listened because I try to do my justice,
Right.
And just to listen, I clicked on one of these live feeds of like Steeler fans talking about their team, and the way
Did it sound horrible?
This raw, unfiltered vitriol for their offensive coordinator Canada. They wanting to fire their offensive coordinator.
He came from Canada.
No, his last name is Canada.
He sucks.
Matt Canada. They've talked about the growing pains of Kenny Pickett. They talked about one Steelers fan was so adamant about the ass kicking that the other Steeler fans had to console him. And like they had this. Are you okay? Like what? He's like, you know what? I am okay. I'm not upset. I just know what it is. I'm okay. We're going through our growing pains, but this team ain't it. And there was some real truth in there. I didn't say a word. In my Meek Mill's voice, but I sat there and listened, and they definitely believe it's not their season as of right now.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah. But we want to keep them down, and we want to hit them in the mouth early and often. I feel like I'm back. My boys are gonna come out and handle business. So they have been too predictive. Second half had to be more creative. Yeah, they have been too predictable in the second. We have been too predictable in the second half, and it's sometimes. And I saw Nick Sirianni get the offensive coordinator's ass one game when we ran like the same play like 3 or 4 times in a row. He said, "What the hell was that? What the fuck you think we was going with that?" And we ended up having to kick a field goal. You get back to the second half and goal line. That's what I'm saying. That's what I said, Bob. I said we need a thumper. And I was like, it's Kareem Hunt would be that thumper. Cam Akers, I think he puts the ball on the ground too much for me. I'm sorry. I liked him, but he was coming off injury last year. And
I don't like the Achilles. I don't like the Achilles on a running back, even though he came back pretty fast for Achilles. I'd rather have Kareem Hunt if I'm being honest.
If I'm being honest, Kareem Hunt, like the kid Robinson would have been good that the Jets immediately got as soon as they got Bryce Hall.
James Robinson.
Brees and Hall went down. Because James Robinson was killing. I don't know what they think they got in Etienne because he's been stinking up the joint. He was fumbling going into the end zone, missing passes and stuff. But I was like, wow.
Now, my mind just went blank.
Why'd your mind go blank there?
I was thinking about do you guys remember that picture during the offseason when the Eagles had a preseason game against the Browns?
Right.
There was a picture of Coach Sirianni. It looked like having a moment with Kareem Hunt,
Mm-hmm.
and I posted that on our socials, and people were like, I just posted the photo, but it was very interesting.
It was
So
very
if that
interesting back and forth in conversation.
could he have been like, we're going to trade for you mid season, come back for him.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think Kareem Hunt was he's tired of being. I think he's tired of being there. So it's like you want it's something that it's just like one of the guys just mentioned. We do need to set thumper in the second half, and that's the guy. Like it's kind of like what Jordan Howard used to be for.
Yeah,
and we need a guy who can thump, who can get downhill, because we got a trio of backs, but they're pretty much the same weight. They do the same things, and they can hit the home run. I was like, but we don't have that guy that everybody's gonna be like the tackle. Oh, watch out! He coming through. Man, come on! No arm tackles. That type of guy. We don't have that.
Yeah.
We don't have that type of guy in our backfield yet. So the Kareem Hunt would be. Kareem Hunt is like, you look at it. Kareem Hunt would be the guy.
He's definitely about that life. Like I was saying, I would love if the Eagles were trying to look for a running back on the rookie deal still, little power back, and AJ Dillon. If you brought him in here,
but are they trying to get rid of AJ Dillon? I don't think they're trying to get rid of AJ
that's
Dillon.
what I'm saying. Well, I mean, when you're about to tank,
Yeah,
you're about to,
or James Williams.
No pun intended.
Yeah, or James Williams from Detroit. Yeah, he's from he signed like a little 2-year deal. He's on the last year of a deal with Detroit.
Oh, Jamal Williams.
Yeah, Jamal Williams. Yeah,
that was my dude when we drafted. What's his name? Man, I'm just drawing blanks.
Yes, you are
running back from Aztec running back.
That's it.
Pumphrey. I immediately told everyone that Jamal Williams was on the board, and I was heated. Still am to this day.
Because that kid didn't even actually. He did. He actually came back and got healthy and was somewhere else. So
still upset to this day. Now, if you guys have any other more questions in the comments,
any other questions?
I'm trying to get to all of them.
We do respect Mike Tomlin. I respect Mike Tomlin though, but it's a rebuilding year for them. Somebody's like they're tanking. It's like, nah, it's kind of hard to tank and then expect nobody not to ask for a trade. If they were tanking, then I would expect them to try to get rid of some of their backup running backs and stuff. They haven't been. I think if they lose this game, I think because last year they snuck into the playoffs at the end. And as long as I will never let the head coach of the LA Chargers live that crap down. You had the chance to go to the playoffs, and you messed it up. And look at you now, sticking up the joint.
Now, speaking of respect, shout out to Mark. He actually sent some goodies. Sent a bunch of Phillies hats, which
cool.
I will be giving away. Because it's a perfect opportunity to salute the Phillies. He also gave me.
Sorry. Hold on, sir. Sorry. There you
go.
The Phils, I put my Birds hat away. There we go.
Now it's I'm gonna need you to get some sleep tonight because you're gonna have to get up early tomorrow. Because check your boys out. We're gonna be on Fox 29 Philly. Saluting the Phillies.
Yeah, salute the Phillies tomorrow morning.
So starting at 6:00 in the morning, check your local news if you're in the area.
And starting at 6. I don't know what time I'm gonna get there.
5:45. Chickies and Pete's.
Hey, let me see here. I'm 7 o'clock now. Don't worry, I'll meet you there.
Don't oversleep, man.
I'm not gonna oversleep, man.
Trying to get you some shine on TV, man.
I'm gonna get some quality sleep. I've been on TV before.
I know you're a celebrity, man, but
not celebrity up there saying it's like I've been on TV before. I know Mark and Holly. They're cool people.
Yeah, always good vibes. Always good vibes. So it'll be very interesting. Now, Bob from Down Under, looking at energy in the city with the Phillies. The next 10 days is going to be crazy.
Yes,
Shout out to my guy Willie from Australia who just
cool.
arrived in town. This guy does this sabbatical, comes over. He's been stuck there for a minute since the pandemic, but he's going to like different states. So he's going to watch the Eagles play here, and then he's going to make his way over to Houston. So he's doing he's going to be following the team for a couple. So that'd be
it's a couple of people from Scotland. I remember Duncan was talking about coming. That dude named Vince from over there is coming out. A lot of people from Scotland are coming to the Commanders game, the home game versus the Commanders. So they should be in the house. And, shout out to them, everybody, all the people over in Scotland who showed me a good time. Are we sure it's Kamara?
They said Kamara is responding to Eagle fans on Twitter. Interesting. I don't know what that means.
So basically they're seeing, is it Kamara or is it just somebody on there responding to this Twitter who said that they're Kamara? Because you know how sometimes people, I've learned that sometimes people say they're somebody who they're not. It was like, why would you want to pretend to be somebody else? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I give myself a quality brush there.
Now, Bob says Kareem Hunt's family are lunatics, though. That crap in KC was on them. Big Red had enough of them. Interesting.
That's interesting, given the fact that Big Red's family, the way Big Red's family rolls. I don't even have to say anything further than that.
You know, I was actually at the practice when his son passed away. That was weird, man. And and coach still came to practice.
Yep.
I was like, this dude is. I was like, I'm not gonna judge him. I was just like,
the kid was on like a downward spiral, and then that just took the cake though. I was in town.
You was in town?
But I wasn't in town. I wasn't at practice. I had literally, that was the first year that I came back because I was done playing, and I had just spent the year living in Vegas, and and that was the first season that I was covering the Birds with WIP.
Shout out to Trey. Shout out to Trey. Says y'all gave me my first Phillies hat.
No.
Well,
how do you where is he from?
He's I believe in down Baltimore or Washington.
How old is he? How old is he? Hey, that's your first Philly. That's your first Phillies hat. What the hell? What the? No, I'm just fucking.
now Tim says, "Who's going to be in Houston?" I know you'll be in Houston. I'm a little.
I'm a little jealous. I should be you. It's a spot at Jelly School for you.
I'm a little jealous because
I know. Just a spot that they hold a spot at the Jelly Academy for you.
Because I'm trying to I do have unlimited vacation days, but when your job is like you got unlimited vacation days, how many days is that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying not to use all of them.
Yeah, because you never know what the next what. How many times are the Eagles going to be playing the Houston Texans and the Phillies playing the Houston Astros in the World Series?
This is where I've turned the tide and said, maybe I should just say F it and go to the game. But this is
I'm just saying, you know what? I'm just saying, I know I'm going.
We'll have some delicious and tender meats.
Yes, the Philly sports trip all day long. All my boys down there, my boy All Day Dre, big up to my boy Dre, and the ladies down there.
Very nice. Perfect time to shout out Philly Sports Trips. They got a 2022 World Series game 1 trip. That should be crazy. And then on top of that, let's see. There's this other game you might know of, the Birds' Ultimate Houston trip, November 2nd to the 5th. That should be amazing. It's just amazing vibe going on in Philly right now. Like I can't even.
You know how jealous I was when I was over in Scotland, and I had to watch the celebration on TV about the World Series and going to the World Series, and it made that video that those Yahoos put together. You know the one with the San Diego Padres people. It made that so much funnier when they put it together. When you look at it now.
Yeah,
my bad. You still thinking about us going to Houston? Well, I leave Wednesday morning.
The funny thing is, my boy Jay had hit me up, and we went down to Dewey Beach, and then I got down there, and I was like, I've been on my phone for continuous 7 months straight. Tonight will be the night where I'm not listening to my phone or picking it up, because this is vacation time, right? So I get a call next day in the morning from my boy Jay, and he's like, "Yo, I had tickets to the game last night because I got COVID, so I couldn't go. So I was offering my tickets to you," and I'm like, I was like, man, listen.
Hey, I just work here.
Now, it's been some talk about Jalen Hurts being from Houston, the fact that he's a Houston Astros fan.
He's rooting for the Phillies,
but he said he's rooting for the Phillies.
Yeah.
You believe that?
Right. Yeah. Dude,
I'm just
put it this way: once you get to the city, you pretty much pull for the other guys, because when they're doing good and you're doing good, you want the people at your game. You want everybody supporting you in the city. I went to when AI first. I was here when AI first got here. I was out, and I still was going to the Phillies game. I was going to Flyers game. It's like, dude, when you're in the city that has all the sports, you go to support the other professional athletes.
Now Jeff says, "Are you guys going to Fan Fest?" I actually, when is it? On Saturday.
Oh, that's right. They moved it. I don't know.
I know Vince and John Barchard, and also Vince Quinn are going to be down there on Saturday. So I was thinking about showing up just to say what's up. Are you going there, Mr. Cross? And if not, everyone check out Mr. Cross's video game channel.
Oh, good.
If you're into games, you play video games?
Okay. I play like fighting games and stuff. That's all. Like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, DC versus DC, all that stuff.
You nice like that?
Yeah, Soul Calibur.
Oh, this dude pulled Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll have to get that.
I play those fighting games. I got my Xbox, my X1 over there, and I got the. I always had the other Xbox. That was the only one that Soul Calibur was on until they brought out the newer version. Now I got the X1. That's the X1, and I gave my PS4 to my daughter, so I'll get another one. The PS, whatever number they own.
PS5.
Yeah.
PS5. Now, before we get out of there, once again, we are going to be tailgating. 4th and Jawn is throwing their tailgate. Per usual, Lot G2. Shout out to Jesse Wines for the great tailgate photo here. He's been doing a great job helping us with our branding. But we're going to have Alex come back. Alex is coming back, and he's bringing some Korean spicy chicken.
Oh,
that will be on the menu. We will have cheesesteaks down at the fancy tailgate.
Yeah, the fancy tailgate at the gatehouse.
Eating tender meats.
The gatehouse Paul. The gatehouse in the naval yard, the gatehouse.
Just eating meats.
No, just drinking the tenders of tequila and beer, and possibly having a sandwich or two. They got. I forgot whether I don't know what they're gonna have this week.
Well, shout out to Ev because Ev's going to be making these cheesesteaks as normal. And shout
and the
out.
burgers again.
Yep.
Ev,
And also,
go ahead.
no, I was going to shout out Conchi Bakery for the wonderful tomato pies and Bud Light for the amazing amounts of beer that they send so that we can give them.
So that you can consume. Yep. Shout out to everybody. Let's go Birds. We need to go ahead and win this game. We are going to go ahead and win this game. We're going to kick their ass. We're going to kick it strong and long, so to speak. Pause.
Was that your last word?
No, my last word is I felt lonely without Eagles football this past weekend, but I feel the vacancy with going to Scotland. With Philly sports right now, everything is on except for the damn. What the hell is wrong with the Sixers? But I'm putting all my energy behind the Birds and the Phillies, man. Go and just come out and win. Just come out and win. I just want a victory. That's why I'm kind of anxious to get the Birds back on the field so we can get this machine back going, get these wings back to flapping.
Yeah, Tim is asking for a score prediction on that.
So my score prediction is 31-10. I think we're gonna win 31-10. I feel like they have some pride and they have some pride and they're gonna garner some respect. But when I say respect, that's why I said 31-10 because I feel like they're not going to give up defensively. They're going to give up some points and stuff, but they're not going to give it up to the point where we're scoring. But we should be able to go on 31, get 31 points, and get them out early, put the women and kids to bed.
I'm gonna go 35-17. Like I said, it's gonna the way that this team is playing, the way that they're coming off a bye, the way that we have two clamps at the cornerback position, the way that we have the Wu-Tang front, like I said earlier, the way that our linebackers are playing, the way that our offense is playing, the way that we're running the ball as of late. This team is on, like, again, I'm not trying to be, but that's how I personally feel right now. Like I feel like this team not be stopped right now.
It's funny that you say that. I think the young lady, she mentioned it earlier. We've yet to play a complete game, and that includes special teams. I think this is one of those games where we need to come out and play a complete game. Not only that, since we have a rookie quarterback or a quarterback that's inept, you pressure his ass early and often. And that if you have to bring some extra people, you bring some extra people. They're going to be. I don't know if we're going to have to bring any extra people, but it will be easier to bring extra people first, and then to know that you don't have to bring any extra people later. So we need to pressure his ass early enough to make him make some bad throws, so he can throw us maybe he can throw us 3 more picks. Who knows? But that's my last words is let's kick their ass. Go Bird.
Yeah, shout out to Prime and Evan as they handle their duties. We'll be back at it at
Mal.
And Mal also I was gonna say baby duties. We'll be back at it at Sunday morning. Catch us at the tailgate. We're starting at 8:00, but if you're crazy like I am, I'll be there at 6:00. So we can secure this tailgate spot and have a great time. As always, thank you guys for coming in the chat and bringing your takes. And man, it's good vibe in Philly. Again, check us out on Fox tomorrow. We'll be supporting the Fandemic crew out there in the Phillies because it's a great vibe in the city. And as always, go Birds and fly, Eagles fly.